Hi everybody! Today's video is going to be about one of my 6 challenges that I wanted to do this year. So this first one is a dopamine fast. It's pretty simple. You go an entire day where you do absolutely nothing that brings you pleasure. There's no screen time, so no phones, no TVs or iPads, there's no music, there's no talking to people, there's no food, no reading. Essentially, you're doing nothing. You're just committing an entire day to being bored out of your mind, and that is in turn supposed to kind of reset your dopamine system, which is where your motivation comes from. Oh my gosh. Jory, what are you doing? Now that we have defined the dopamine fast, I'm just kind of going to talk a little bit about what I was expecting, what it was really like, and then how I felt afterwards. So what I was expecting. Number one, I was expecting to be completely miserable. I love food. So the biggest thing for me was I was gonna be having to go a total of around 35 hours without food because, you know, the night before and then all day and then all night again. So for me, I truly thought that was gonna be the hardest part.
Tonight is the night before I'm doing my dopamine fast, and I've kind of been freaking out all day. So I thought I would just talk about some of my fears that I have for tomorrow. So I think one of the hardest things is definitely going to be the food, because I'm going to be eating no food. So I'm going to go a total of 36 hours without eating, which I know isn't insane, but for me, that's pretty crazy. So I think when all stimulation is removed, the idea is that you kind of have to confront any issues that you have that you've just been distracting yourself with by, you know, using social media or, you know, even food. Like whenever I get bored and I don't have anything to do, well, I always have something to do, but whenever I'm doing nothing, I want to eat. And I don't know, that's just one of the things that I do to kind of like, oh, it tastes good. I don't know.
Essentially, all you're supposed to do is sit around and do a lot of journaling, because you're supposed to, with all the distractions of life gone, be able to kind of do some self-reflection and work through maybe some, I don't know, emotional issues.
I don't think it's gonna be significant. Like, I personally don't think I'm going to have like a total mental breakdown, because I feel like I don't have too many issues, but you never know. I might surprise myself. I am going to have my phone and my computer out of my room. I'm pretty much staying in my room almost all day long. Yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna go feed the chickens, walk around outside if it's not like negative a million degrees. Yeah, other than that, it's just gonna be me and my brain, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know, just anything that you have to work through in your brain to try to become a healthier person. So you're allowed to journal, and you're allowed to sit and do light exercise. I was definitely expecting the most miserable part for me to be the food. It was definitely different than I was expecting.
Alright, so here's my phone plugged in outside of my room.
I would like to believe that I'm not super married to my phone.
This is gonna suck.
It was a big difference going an entire day without even looking at it once.
Alright, so I've been awake for about an hour now, and it's around 9:10. I did just clean my room, which it is within the rules. They say to do some light cleaning, light exercise, or whatever. I just, maybe with my particular problem with productivity and putting too much importance on it, that wasn't a good idea, but I'm done now, so I don't have anything to do. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm a little bit hungry. Not super hungry though. I don't usually eat until More like 9:30 or 10. I'm gonna do some journaling now though, so.
I did a lot of journaling. So I just had my journal and my pen and I was just writing. And in the first few hours, like the mornings, around 10 or 11, I just started journaling, and when I was writing, the time was just flying by. And it actually ended up turning into not just journaling, but then I was like basically writing prayers. So like a prayer journal kind of situation thing.
I can smell them making bacon and sauteing onions and making delicious food. And it smells really, really good. But I'm still fine. Like, I'm not super hungry, and even smelling that, I'm not super hungry yet.
Then it felt like I was actually talking to somebody, so it made me a little less crazy. I actually did work through a lot of stuff. In particular, fears, when it comes to the future and all that lovely stuff that we never like to think about. Just stuff. I'm not going to go into details, obviously, because, I'm just not going to. I felt like in my head, I actually felt lighter. Like my brain was no longer holding all these burdens back there of fear, because they were able to come forward and I was able to express them because there was nothing to distract me anymore. I was like, okay, you've got nothing. You have to listen to me now. That's what my brain was saying. It was also helped me with self-reflection. So I almost got the solution to my fears, all kind of while processing through and acknowledging some of the things that were there. Just as I'm writing, I realized, oh, well, this is a fear I have, because every time I'm in this situation, this is how I respond, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I would write it down and just going like, this isn't really serving me, it's kind of frustrating, praying, like, help me to see, like, what's causing this and what's going on here. And then as I would go further and further down, I'd go, oh, well, no, this actually stems from fear, and this type of fear stems from kind of being too concerned about myself and, stuff like that. So I definitely made some breakthroughs pretty early in the day, I'd say. I mean, I put the times on all of my journal. One second. So this is the journal that I used. Wow. I'm gonna try to find where it begins. I do not have good handwriting. It's terrible. So I put the times. The first journal entry I made was at 9:12. And that was only an hour after I woke up, so I was still like, no, this is gonna be fine. It's all good. I don't really have stuff I need to think about.
Because, again, I'm kind of within the window where I usually kind of do intermittent fasting anyway. So, yeah, it's all good.
First one was at 9:12. I'm gonna count the pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 25 and a half pages of my unfiltered thoughts. That is actually kind of frightening. And it's interesting, I'm just now observing this, that the entries that I was writing in the beginning of the day, my handwriting was normal, and then when I actually, my brain started sending forward things that I needed to think about and process through, it got really, really messy. Like, I was just scribbling like a crazy person. Like, I almost cannot even read it. And I thought I was just writing normally the entire time, which is kind of weird. And then there was this kind of threshold at around 11:30 or noon where I had the breakthrough where, oh wait, I've just processed through this and I see what's going on now. I was just kind of able to let go of it, and then my handwriting actually gets really neat afterwards, that's weird. So yeah, 25 and a half pages of journaling going on right there. That's pretty crazy.
Alright, so it's 12:40 and I've been basically just doing a lot of journaling, and I do think that I've worked through some stuff, some questions, some fears, it's been nice to be able to kind of focus internally. And I think I'm actually going to go out and feed the chickens. It's 12:45. Maybe I'll walk around outside. I don't know. I think it looks like it's snowing.
I can't check the weather because I don't have a phone, so I guess I'll actually have to look out the window. Yeah, it is snowing very heavily, and it's probably 10 degrees outside. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be going for a walk in this weather, but maybe. I don't know. So I did that a lot, and the afternoon, honestly, was just boring. I was just sitting, doing nothing. I wasn't thinking about food. That is the one other thing that shocked me, is that the hunger really didn't bother me. It was like the least of my worries. So when I first started this, I was, I don't even know what I was gonna say. Wait. I don't know. When I started this morning, because, you know, everything was good, like journaling was great, and I wasn't that hungry, and, you know, first hour I pretty much cleaned my room, so I had something to do. But, you know, I was worried that, oh my gosh, okay. I was worried that I wasn't going to be miserable enough for this to be very effective, to feel like I'm actually going through withdrawals or something. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I am very miserable. I haven't spoken to another human being all day, and it's 3:30. I am very cold as well. I feel like going into tomorrow, I'm gonna be a lot more grateful for just the simple things. So just the being able to read a book, or being able to clean something, or being able to cook food and eat and then clean up afterwards, and, you know, stuff like that. Like, just doing something is so much better than doing nothing all day long. Yeah, so I know that's not like the most philosophical thing ever, you know, doing something is better than doing nothing. But it's so true. Sitting here, I'm not thinking, oh man, I really wish I could get on Facebook right now. Oh man, I really wish I could watch YouTube or listen to my music or stuff like that. Right now I'm thinking, I wish I could read that book. I wish that I could get some housework done. I wish that I could eat a stinking salad. I wish that I could do some laundry. Like, really, and this is genuine. Or I wish I could read my Bible. It actually brings more appreciation, and I can feel it already. I mean, I can see why this might work. I know that I look horrible, and I look like I'm dying, but it's still hard, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Even while I'm still in it, it's giving a whole new appreciation for just the simple things in life. Plus, it's doing something hard, and I think that's important for people to do, is just sometimes, for absolutely no reason at all, do something that's like freaking hard and miserable and torture yourself for no reason other than to grow self-control and to just kind of get over the ideology that we have to be in some kind of 74-degree padded room all the time, as comfortable as can be, always being entertained. And it's like, okay, why don't we step back from that for a second and see if maybe there are some benefits to doing hard things for absolutely no reason whatsoever other than for personal growth. I don't know. Well, it is 6 o'clock, and I am super excited because that means I only have 2 hours left. This means that I have been doing this for 10 hours now. And what's weird is all of a sudden I actually feel pretty good. Like, I'm not super hungry, I don't feel super weak, I don't feel super grouchy, I feel like my mind is kind of clear. I don't know what that's about, but hopefully it lasts until I can go to bed. He has not left the room today. He has stayed with me the entire time. Oh my gosh. So close. I definitely think that I might be getting a little loopy. Although, the one question is, once I get in bed, am I actually going to be able to fall asleep? Even though I'm kind of tired right now, I don't know. It's like, maybe when I get to sleep, I'm going to be so excited that I finished the entire thing. That I'm not going to be able to sleep, and then I won't actually be able to get up at 4 in the morning. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Okay, but no, it's fine. I'm not going to take melatonin either. I'm sure once my head hits the pillow, I'm just gonna be out like a light, you know? So let's hope. Oh my gosh. And we're gonna go to sleep now. And we're gonna see if my motivation really does increase, or if all of this pain and suffering was for nothing. So, whew. Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. 25 hours since I've eaten food, and I'm gonna go overnight, and I feel fine, and it's okay. And also, I have literally been doing nothing, and have been bored out of my mind for 12 hours. 12 hours of sitting in this room, in this small room, just doing nothing. The next morning I woke up at 5:30, and I actually did my yoga before I ate anything. So I was pretty shaky. I was like, whoa, this is kind of hard. I didn't wake up a whole new person. I didn't wake up and go, oh my gosh, everything in the world is new. It was as if just a small little change had happened in me. I ate food and I hugged Hero. I was noticing the small little, it's like a little sparkle of gratitude there in my heart. That actually feels kind of good. It's actually just kind of gotten stronger and stayed there. You know how I was struggling with, I'm just always looking forward to the next event and the next activity and stuff. Well, this week we've had massive snowstorms. So usually I have homeschool co-op on Monday, volunteering on Tuesday. I was going to meet some of my friends for coffee on Wednesday, and then Thursday was going to be a free day, and then Friday is skiing with our homeschool co-op. So I had like a full week of all these activities. It's amazing because I did this fast on Sunday, and that was a planned thing, and then every single activity that I had for this week got wiped out, and that's precisely the thing that I was struggling with. And so after this fast, I've been able to experience an entire week where I have nothing going on, and I'm stuck inside the house, and it's been really, really awesome. It feels like my dopamine system was reset, and I no longer need that external stimulation in order to satisfy me. I feel content, and feeling content is awesome. It really is. It's like the best feeling ever, because no matter what happens, it just feels good. And you know, I'm just gonna say one more thing. That your phone is a privilege. Your home is a privilege. Companionship and family is a privilege. And work is a privilege, and reading is a privilege. I feel like if you can adopt the attitude that everything that you have is a blessing from God and a gift, you will be so much happier to see the beauty around you and to absorb that and to focus on the positivity and the beautiful things. Just being grateful in a culture that promotes entitlement and whining and complaining is so refreshing, and is something that we desperately need more of. We should be promoting this more. Just being grateful and kind and loving and just seeing the blessings around us. This is so cliche, but life is too short to focus on all the negativity and on all the things that we don't have, and to not acknowledge just the wonderful things that we do have. I really do hope that you consider doing this because it has been so wonderful for me. So, yeah.